Hi everyone, just a quick video about communication today because it's one of the subjects that gets touched upon in probably every session I have with pretty much every client I see, and it's something that is probably one of the most common things that people struggle with. One reason being that we're never really taught properly how to communicate. We're never really kind of taught to say what we really feel. And that can certainly be true of men who are quite often told to be a man, which in some cases means, bottle those feelings up, come across as strong because emotion is weak. So quite often they're out of touch with the language of feeling, but it can happen with women as well. So the reason I want to kind of talk about communication with you is because we're all quite bad at it. If you actually really sort of sat down and looked at the way that you communicated, it's like battleships. You'll be sort of saying things to people that will be sort of setting off a mine, under their ship. That's what happens with communication. Sometimes we just don't know what kind of buttons we're pressing. So what I'm going to share with you over the next few sort of weeks is going to be some tips. And my first tip today, for anyone who's already seen on Instagram, is don't generalize. Be very careful about generalizing. What do I mean by that? I mean saying things like, you never do anything I want to do. So the generalization is conveyed by the word never. And when you sort of really think about that, the reason generalizations are dangerous is because they are an exaggeration. An exaggeration is a distortion of the truth. So what you need to do to avoid generalizing, and in generalizing you are insulting somebody. For example, if you think about it, if you say you always do something or someone always does something, you may be ignoring the things that they have done, and they might feel that that's actually really quite unfair that you're saying that, because maybe other things that they have done have gone unrecognised. That comes across as an attack, and of course all you're going to get in response is a defence. So to avoid generalising, be specific. So do not say you never do anything I suggest. Instead, keep to the concrete and say, well, the last 2 times I've asked if you want to go ice skating, you've said no. Okay, so in that sentence, you're keeping it to the absolute facts of the situation, and being really concrete, and you're avoiding generalizing and therefore exaggerating and therefore insulting someone and making it feel as though they're being criticized. Okay, so look out for those generalizations and try and modify them. Stay specific.